So in this animation, we're going to try to, in this video, try to animate the gunfire. So if I press the left mouse, okay, there is a slight animation. Now you can change the fire rate, okay, like that, 0.1, so you can make it a bit faster. I'll just play that again. So now you can sort of play a little bit. Actually, that's still on 0.5. I'll just change that to 1. Okay, and now I'm click, 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 click. So you've got the fire rate you can change there. So there, so it can be anything from 1 to 0.1. Now, how we do that? So similar to what we have done before when we did an animation. So it's very, very simple sort of animation setup. So if you go to Window and Animator, so you click there. Okay, so a window like this will appear. Now I'm going to, no, actually I'll keep that. That's there as a guide. So what you will need to do though is download a few things. Okay, so there will be the same post that this video is on. You have the C# script, which is a slightly different version. So there are some just some little extra bits of code. So here you have some extra code, and now we're using an animator as well. So hopefully you can remember a little bit of that from before. So that's one thing, and the other thing is here, this Unity package. Now you would need to bring that into Unity, and so all you would do is download it and drag it in like that. Just drag it. So I've already done that. Okay, and once you've dragged it in, it should be in Assets, Third-Party Assets, FPS, and here. And if you click here, these are the animations, Fire and Idle. So they're the two animations that we're going to use. So what you need to do is, very first thing, you're going to remove the scripts that you already have. Okay? Then you're going to delete this one. Okay, so you would go to Edit and Delete. Once that's gone, you just then, if I come back to, you go back and you use this one here. This is the newer one. Okay, so I've already dragged this newer one in, so this is the new script. I can check that. There you go. So I've got something there that says animator. So, okay, so what we'd want to do is, the first thing, if I click on the gun, so this is the actual controller which we've which I've already set up. So I'm now going to click on there. I'm going to delete that. I'll leave that one there anyway, but what you do is, so click on the gun. We need to create an animation controller. So I'll just call this new gun. Okay, animation. Now if you double click on that, this is what you get. So then you drag fire, okay, and then you drag, actually you should drag it idle first, because idle is the one that you want to, but you can just right click, set layer as default state. So the idle is the one that you want to see first. So you're going to be in idle, and then if you right click, make a transition to fire, and then right click again. So you click on fire, right click again, make transition, and make a transition back. Okay, so if you then look at the code, what you have is a few extra little bits of code here, but in particular it's this one here. Okay, so you have something called a boolean, okay, set bool. Now what that is, if you go onto your animator window, click plus, it's a ball. Okay, now for this code you would need to call it exactly like it's got there, fire. So I'm going to call that one fire. Okay, now you're in idle. Okay, I'm going to untick that. So in order to go to fire, you need fire to be true. I'm just going to drag this one in a bit. This means it will, the transition between idle and fire is slightly less. So I'm going to do that. Click back. I'm going to untick that one. I'm also now going to put fire equals false. So this is your animator, which is pretty much set up now. Last thing is just on this one, going from fire to idle. I'll click settings and just click current state, then next state. I'm going to untick that. At the moment, I'm going through this without really explaining a great deal, but for the moment, I think once you get it working, then we can look at what all the little bits do. So you have your gun. So there's the controller. So what we do is drag this one, okay, onto the gun. What you also need, there's your first person character. We just need the code that you have just brought in. Okay, click on the gun, drag weapon onto the AK-47. You have shoot points, which was the thing, you've already done this before, so you just drag that onto there. If this is okay, it should click, click, click. Lovely, it works. So that is how you run an animation. So as you're clicking, left clicking, okay, you can see there is an actual animation running. Okay, so at the moment the bullets don't work, but we can now you've got an actual animation that works when you fire the gun. So these are things that we can look at later on, but you can change that. So if it's 1, and then just try that again, then it should slow it down. So if I click, so I see there's a delay of about a second. So if you keep clicking, it's about a second between each one. Okay, but to speed it up, 0.1 would then be like a rapid, a fast fire. But that is how you animate when you shoot your gun.